Hello and welcome back everyone to the next episode on anubhavtrainings.com. In this series of videos, we are learning cloud application programming model on top of Mongo database. By far in this series of episodes, we have built a end-to-end CURD service which allows us to read, update, delete data through an OData interface to our backend Mongo database. In now, we are arrived to a stage where we can build a front-end application, and that's where we are going to use SAP UI5. If you are new to UI5, don't worry, I'm going to show you some tricks through which you can quickly generate the application out of the box. We are already doing a lot of background work for you, and in the same process, we have enabled you to speedily generate UI5 application out of the box using Yeoman. So as you all know, we have already published a Yeoman module on Yeoman generators. So you can go to yeoman.io and there you can check our project on Yeoman about a module which we published few days ago on Yeoman website. You can go to discover generator, search for Anubhav basic Fiori, and you can find the module here. It was published 6 months ago. If you've not seen my video on Yeoman, please check the description or click the I button. So we've already done that. If you're new to UI5 Fiori, don't forget to subscribe our training on anubhavtrainings.com on SAP UI5, where we teach you SAP UI5 from scratch as a beginner. You can learn SAP UI5 as an absolute beginner, no prior experience, no knowledge is required to become UI5 and Fiori consultant. So you can join our UI5 training on anubhavtrainings.com. So having said that, we will be utilizing this module. So let's move on to the steps as usual to set up our project now with SAP UI5. So step number one, we are going to install Yeoman tool. Then next step is we are going to add our project generator for Yeoman for building a basic Fiori app. So I've already done that, but let me just quickly run these commands once again for you. I'm just going to grab that, paste it on our project, which is CAPM folder. And you can see it is just installing both the modules really quick on my system. So once the installation is complete, what we can do is, so it is npm space install space. So there's extra space actually. Let me manually type install -g yo. And then I'm going to install npm install -g. So there's an extra space because of that it didn't work. But let me just install it for you manually, both the modules.
2 very boring minutes later.
So now my both modules are installed, so-called Yeoman and Yeoman generator for Anubhav Basic Fiori. Now we can go ahead to the app folder of our project. So you can see there's an app folder and there's no Fiori app yet. Let me go to the app folder, and here we are going to generate our Fiori project. So the very simple step is just type yo command. It is going to retrieve all the available Yeoman modules in our project. Let me just make it a little bigger. And now we are going to choose Anubhav basic Fiori option, enter. And then it's going to prompt me to create a new folder with the namespace. I'm just going to press enter, enter, enter. And it is automatically generated a Fiori app. Bam! You can see the web app folder, the UI5 tooling, everything is in place. So system has automatically created our Fiori app. So this is my step number 2. After creating the project, now we move to connect to our OData service. So for that, as you all know, we have to go to manifest JSON file of our Fiori project. First, add a data source to connect to our Fiori project. So I'm just going to grab the data source URL. Yes. So this is what I grab it and paste it here. And the next step, you can see here, we are connecting to our OData service, which we had already built, and we are referring to OData version 2. Now, in the next step, what I will do is I will also create a default model. So let's scroll down to the model section. There's already a model. I'm going to name it as fruits. And we add our model as a default model for OData. Fantastic. So this is step number 3. We created now a connection to our OData service and created a default OData model. The third step is to perform the last step is to perform binding in view 1 and view 2. So I'm going to go to the view 1, and here we will do binding with our entity set customer. I'll remove the sorter as we don't need it anymore. And I will bind here also with the properties related to the entity set. So you all know that we have certain properties for this entity set, like type, name. So let me bind with those properties. So we can go and check our entity one more time into the CAPM project. So we can go to database and check the properties. We can drag and drop them parallelly. This is the beauty of our VS Code environment. And now I can do side-by-side binding. So let me bind in the intro, the company name property, and in the name of the customer. The image URL, I'll put a standard SAP icon for customer. So this is the concept of aggregation binding, which we learned in our SAP Fiori training. If you are interested, you can join my Fiori training course pretty easily on our website. And now I will just put here the details. And next I will remove this status as I don't need this. So that's cool. Next step is go to view 2 and also take care of binding here as well with the element path. So let's put that name, company name. So grab the company name, the country, the type of business partner, the contact number of the person, get an icon, and then also bind the sub properties like address, and then we'll put country, and we will also put the email ID. Yes, so this is the relative path, relative binding. We are good with that. And also the last thing is in the root match handler of our view2 controller, which is where we have to also take care of binding with the element path. So we are done with this change and we're good. So let's go ahead and test. So the Fiori app is going to run out of the box. So the moment you start your CAPM runtime, it is going to detect that there is a index HTML file inside the app folder, and it will automatically serve it the static file references connecting to our OData service. So the time is to go to terminal once again, open project folder, and we just, as usual, start CDS run command to start our engine. And now we switch over back to the browser. And the moment you access the root for the CAP server, you can see we have got a detection of web app. Yes. So in the app folder, it has detected an index HTML file, which is an endpoint to serve the front end application. I click on that and voila, you can see it has got me all the data. And now I can see that all the data is getting loaded for the selected customer from our Mongo database. Now, for an instance, this is a live data, by the way. So for example, if I go back to Mongo and change here for one of the employee, let's say Harun, which is having this ID. Let me search for Harun. If I have Harun in there, yes, here it is. So this is my value. If I go and change directly the value in MongoDB, perhaps I can't change it here. I think I can. Yeah. So let me make Harun to, let's say, Venkat. And if I click on save, the data is updated in Mongo. And if I just refresh here, you can see the data is updating live in Fiori app, whatever changes we do in the MongoDB. Bam. So that's how we can create really quick a Fiori application out of the box in our CAPM project. If you are new to Fiori, it's a great technology to learn. Please join our course on UI5. We are covering everything in and out for UI5 and Fiori development for anyone who is a beginner or a college fresher as well. So having said that, that's the end of this session. I hope you enjoyed this session on building Fiori app on top of our existing data, which is exposed from Mongo. For more video tutorials like this, please like, share, subscribe this video, and I will see you in the next session. Goodbye.